Welcome, beautiful people. Thank you once again for joining us. This is Empowerment Network. In case you are new to this platform, so tonight, Andy, Collins, Jeffrey, and myself, we are discussing something sweet. I know that everyone who knows about ONPASSIVE should know that we are again on fire because of the CEO's updates yesterday. Andy, welcome.
Hello. What a wonderful day.
Hi, Collins. Welcome.
Hello. Let me just say, like Jeffrey, we are here
Yes.
and really fired up. Honestly,
Okay.
I don't think I really had enough sleep today.
Okay. Let's hear from Jeffrey. Are you fired up, Jeffrey?
Oh, yeah. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I went through the notes yesterday and really enjoyed what was being said. Yes, and thank you. I appreciate being here.
Indeed. Thank you guys for coming once again. So guys, be ready with your fingers and get a drink because you have to join in the discussion on a serious note. So Collins, the topic says that we have been certified by a few major companies, and this seems to be a big deal. I'm interested in one thing you want to start from. Tell us a bit about Cisco, our certification with Cisco. What is it all about, please?
Yes, just great again once more. We are here. All right. Yes, let's look at Cisco. Cisco is one of the leading company in network and security infrastructure. So they have cloud computing, they have a lot. It's an IT company, but it's been there for a very long time, but they are the leading now in networking and security infrastructure. So when you look at a company like this, giving certification out, it means they have the right to give certification. They have attained a certain level where they can certify other companies, and individuals who are doing, they are in the IT industry, and maybe it can be security, can be network, can be cloud computing, all of those type of things. So the big deal here, if you look at ONPASSIVE, most major companies, if they want to do business with you, they want to know if you are certified. They want to know if you are certified. They want to know if you are you have accreditation to do certain things. So if I walk up to comfort, say Jeffrey Moloch here, Jeffrey Moloch has a company, IT company. The first I want to trust Jeffrey Moloch or Andy. Are you certified? Show me, prove it to me. So if you walk into most IT company, most of their certification and accreditation, they'll always frame it and put it on their wall. It can be in the main office. I've seen it because that's the industry I've been a lot, so I've seen it. So when somebody walk in, oh yes, I can do business because they are certified. They have this ABC and this. So I can confidently do business. And the certification gives the confidence, because for someone to vouch for you, it means you have attained a certain level of delivery. He said, this person can deliver at the highest level, the standard that is acceptable internationally. So that is what ONPASSIVE achieved. When somebody walked in and look at Cisco certification, and said, wow, we can do business with you because we know you will not fail us. We know what you are doing is at the highest level accepted by the customers or the international standard which has been set. And that is the beauty about it. So when we see something like this, we are happy because it gives that confidence that ONPASSIVE is not a joke, it's a real deal. So maybe I'll leave it there, Mr. Comfort.
Yeah, before you finally drop the mic, I'm just wondering, Cisco is an IT company, ONPASSIVE is an IT company. So one IT company certifying the other one. So what makes the difference? What does Cisco have that ONPASSIVE doesn't have?
Yeah, so Mr. Comfort, if you look at most companies, when they grow to a certain standard, and they have lived to that standard. And, they are recognized. Sometimes the world body can say, yes, this person is the leading company for this particular field. So they are now, we can give them that ability for them to certify other companies that are coming. Very few companies can give the right. For instance, we are talking about ICANN. ICANN is a group of body, but they do what? They certify those who give, they give accreditation to those who want to give domain to others. Means you must give because human being must certify others, but you must prove it before they give you that that ability to do it. Like you say, all right, Collins is here. All right, can Collins do KYC? Can I verify Andy? It means I've reached a certain standard where I can verify others. So that is the level Cisco is. ONPASSIVE is, you don't remember, ONPASSIVE is a startup, but it's a big company, though it's a startup. Now you need to get this level. And where do you get it? You need to go to those who are at the top to give you that certification, to say, yes, what you are doing in networking and delivery, data storing, and all of those architecture, you are good. You are really doing what we think is of the standard that is acceptable, globally. Who knows if ONPASSIVE will reach that level where they'll say, yes, now you can start to certify others.
All right. Okay. I think I'm satisfied. So I'll leave it open, Jeffrey, whether you want to add to what Collins has said or you have another exciting thing you want us to look at. It's all yours, please.
Well, I can add to that a little bit and then talk a little bit in the same area for CompTIA or CompTIA, depending on how you talk about it. If you
yes, please.
You're absolutely right about Cisco, though. I mean, man, these guys are global. And as far as their prowess, they are the gold standard when it comes to IT training. I mean, there is nobody in the world better. Okay, that's why we're going to them. Because ONPASSIVE is, you got to remember, we're the new guys. We're the startup. Our focus has been on everything in the world except training. And I mean, we're training our people, our staff, and those sorts of things, but we aren't developing courses or standards of training. That's Cisco's bailiwick, and they're the best at it. Like we said earlier, I mean, they are the gold standard when you talk about it. They have certified more than 4 million people globally. And I think that's probably over the last 10 or 12 years. They provide certifications in collaboration, which I agree with you 100% that I do believe, Collins, that we're going to get at that level. I mean, right now, if you look at the collaborative strategic efforts that we're going with ONPASSIVE, they're going to be writing the book on it, right? They also have certifications in cyber ops, data centers, development and automation. They've got design, enterprise, security, and even service providers. And through these certifications, whichever ones that ONPASSIVE chooses to get, we gain the authority of Cisco in those certifications, and that just bolsters us. That bolsters ONPASSIVE, and people now go, wow, we knew they were good, but now look at these certifications through these recognized leaders. I mean, that's a new top for us. Same thing with CompTIA. They have IT fundamentals. They have what's called A+ certifications for if you're going to start a career in IT. They have network design, or Network Plus is what they call it, for designing and configuring, managing, and troubleshooting wired and wireless networks. And they have what's called Security Plus, which is best practices for IT network and operational security. Every one of the expert and professional levels. I mean, I don't think anybody on ONPASSIVE is working at below professional or the expert levels. So those are the ones I think ONPASSIVE are probably going to go out and be focused on. I would imagine that these certifications that they're getting, they're also going to be working hand in hand with ICANN accreditation, and that's just going to add density, if you will, to our otherwise our massive foundation already. So yeah, these are huge because we're going to get credibility and authority through these companies. I hope that helps.
Sure, definitely. Thank you, Jeffrey. So over to you, Andy.
Is there anything left to say? Yes, of course there is. Always got something to say. Don't worry.
Always.
The TIA is a Telecoms Industry Association, and it says the certification program enables data centers to be reviewed and certified for conformity to the requirements of the globally recognized standards. So this TIA certification is to do with the data center, which is absolutely phenomenal. But what I caught was that there are 3 others pending. 3 other certifications pending that they haven't told us about, and these are again major companies. So I think he mentioned something along the lines of they're similar to what most people understand as ISO 9000 or something along those lines. So it is a very big deal. Did you want me to kind of look at other things, or is it the next?
Sure. No, it's free. It's free until you can start up another thing.
Okay. I mean, I obviously picked up an awful lot about OConnect and what's going on with OConnect, because not only is it going to be released to the public the commercial release is going to be ready next week, but there's a lot of work been going on in the background. So it's a whole new platform that's been created, and obviously certain extras have now been added in. So virtual, virtual backgrounds are in there. There'll be translations, and more importantly, you've got closed captions, but they're working at the moment on the sign language side of things. And the thing that caught my attention was this is in real time. So there's no delay. And also the fact that it's been scaled up, and it's already been debugged, which is, I mean, look, you know, nobody puts software out on the market into mainstream without having bugs in it. Look at Microsoft, for crying out loud. We get Windows 11 or whatever it is, and there's so many bugs, they keep giving you updates on it all the time. Windows, my uncle always said, you've got to use Windows 7. That was brilliant. 1997, Windows 7, brilliant. Because that one, they'd worked on it so much that there were no bugs on it. So when Windows 8, Windows 9, Windows 10, Windows 11 came out, we're still on Windows 7 because it was brilliant. And then all of a sudden you've got this new one, and you had to go across that one because you lost everything else, which was a pain because, again, you've got all the bugs. So having something that is already being debugged and has proven to be scaled up, or have had that system put in place, is just phenomenal. So it's also going to work well with OCademey. So we're going to have this facility where you could have 1 million people joining your lecture. How cool is that? Anyway, before I say everything, I should just let the others have a little go, because I know Jeffrey's got plenty more to say.
Sure, definitely. So Collins, listen, Andy just mentioned this, right? If there are people, my type of people in this building now, you will need to explain to us, what does it mean? It seems to be exciting to Andy that they are not only being scaled up, but they're debugging as they bring. So what is this debugging of a thing, and what importance is it of? Would you like to unmute yourself though? Thank you.
I was talking to myself. So the debugging part of it is about making the application free of bugs. So the more they go
No, bro. Anyway, Jeffrey is still here. Jeffrey, you're in trouble. Anything that's not finished from there,
sorry.
I'm sorry. Something just caught me really funny. I'm sorry.
From fire to fire. Go ahead, bro.
So you build,
the dog's laughing,
find bugs, you fix it, you find bugs, you fix it as you scale up, you tweak it, you add new functionality. Remember, when you add something, there will be little bugs. There is no way you can add it and you will not break something. So when you break something, it is called a bug. In IT and maybe other thing, you can call it a bug. And when you find the bug, what did you do? You debug it, or you try to fix it, and then you clear everything, you move on, you scale, all of those things you're doing. So you are making it more stable, because what you're trying to do is, the moment you open it to the market, you don't want people to have issues, to say, oh, I click on this button and it's not doing anything. I went here, it's not doing it. I did this, it's not doing. So all of those process that is coming as you add more things, like they are adding more features. More features come with more bugs, and you have to clear out the bugs before you move on. So that process is called debugging. Oh no, let's debug, let's clear everything, let's fix it, make it stable, and then we move. But it's a good thing, because when the CEO come and said, you know what, we are ready to rock it, it means they have twisted, turned it, did everything, and they say, yes, the only thing we cannot see, we know if they cannot see something, customer will not see it. And that's the good side to be when you are somewhere and you are confident that if I put it, anything that we will find will be minor thing. It will not be measured. It will be something I just did this, and because the way the users use a software is different from the way the engineer build it, because they look at things the way they can see it, but the user can twist and turn and say, oh, I've hit this place. And every time you twist and turn, you find it's just minor thing. They can just do it with just snap of a finger, and that's it, and we move on. So maybe I'll give it back to you.
Oh, give it back for now. You twist and turn like we used to twist and turn the parabolic and turn backbone. So over to you then, Jeffrey.
Okay, my apologies for breaking that out. It just struck me so it hit my funny bone somehow, when you said debugging means you get the bugs.
Yeah, I know. That was quite cool.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so I'm going to go backwards a little bit. Andy, you had mentioned zero lag, and I want to go back and touch on that, because specifically what Mr. Mufareh was talking about was the speech-to-text translation for those that may have either some hearing difficulties, impairments or deafness, or maybe they just want to read what's being spoken as well, right? And so we can choose that option. Now, by default, that translation is going to come in as the same language being spoken, but we're going to be able to choose a different language if we want to. So, well, I mean, that's self-explanatory. Now, across the globe, drilling down just a little bit about why that can be important for us and for our deaf community, there's more than 300 sign languages that are formally recognized. And a country's language or the spoken language of a country doesn't necessarily dictate what sign language is being used by the deaf people or the deaf community in that particular country. So while there's not an official universal sign language, there is a form of an international sign language that's called Gestano or Gestuno or something like that. It uses elements of different sign languages so that those folks that are using it from different parts of the world can actually communicate with each other. Now, I don't know if this is the one Mr. Mufareh was speaking about, but he did say that there had been some good progress for the sign language feature in OConnect, and that it was being handled by a department in the UK, which I thought was pretty phenomenal. Incidentally, Ash also said OConnect had a new feature. He called it OShare, but it's not really OShare. It's a file sharing tool, is what it is, or it's share file or file share. I'm not sure which one it is, but anyway, it's a file sharing tool within OConnect that's obviously going to be very, very valuable for teaching and for business. And as you had indicated, Andy, that's also going to play very nicely into and throughout OCademey, because we'll be using it a lot. For a long time, we've been saying that OConnect's going to revolutionize the VC or the video conferencing industry. And I'm expecting by hopefully maybe the end of next, or maybe the end of this month, that we'll see that full-fledged version out there. I hope. I'm excited about it.
I'm very excited as well, Jeffrey. I can't wait to just see it come with the backgrounds and all of those. So it's quite exciting. So Collins, earlier on we were talking about this blockchain thing too. Can you just touch on that really quick for us, please? And let's see what Andy and Jeffrey have to say about that.
Wow, blockchain is massive, really, really massive. It's a big deal. When a company said we've had breakthrough in blockchain technology, that is big. Because when you look at blockchain, a lot of people, when they look at blockchain, the first thing they'll think, oh, it's crypto. Some of the crypto company, they use blockchain like Bitcoin and stuff, but it's not only about cryptocurrency, it's about everything, storage of data, how you move data freely from one end to the other with the data not being corrupt or manipulated. So you can put it in a safe and secure place, and everyone anywhere can see it, but they cannot tamper with the data. So let's look at blockchain. look at it in its really, it forms. So they say blockchain technology is a structure that stores transactional record, record, for the public. So the transactional record is known as what? A block. The record is known as a block, the transactional record, So for the public on multiple databases, when you store on a multiple databases, is known as chain. Yeah, so block is the record, and when you put it on multiple databases, now what happened? You put it on a chain, and it is connected. So when you look at it, it's connected by a system where you can easily get that data, but the data, you can view it, you cannot get access to it. You cannot go and tweak it and say, oh, let me do something. Nobody can do that because it is already safe and secured. Now, when you look at it, you ask yourself, let's look at a simple way. We say, all right, let's take, for instance, Microsoft Google, the Google Sheet, the Google, like Microsoft Excel. We have that Excel. We say, all right, the Excel now, as you have it, there's data there. It's a block, right? Now, when you store that data on multiple databases and you replicate that data or you duplicate it on multiple computer, multiple network access, everyone can see it. But now, because you have put it in that format, nobody can get that data. Nobody can tamper with the data. How will you do it when it's running on multiple network computer system? You cannot even tamper with it because you touch this side is stable. It can really, you cannot even corrupt it. It's hard to do that. So that is what is known as blockchain, storing large amount of data where nobody can even tamper with it because it is highly secure. The security behind it is high based on the way it is written.
Okay.
So maybe that's the simple way I can put it. Maybe Jeffrey or anybody can go on it again.
Yeah. Okay, Jeffrey and Andy, it's open. If you have some other things to add to it or you have something new, let's just make it a free discussion, please.
Okay, well, I don't have anything to add to the blockchain. I think Collins explained it quite well. Even I understood that, which was great. What also interested me very much was this World Police Summit that's going to be taking place in Dubai shortly. And you've got police forces from all around the globe. So, guys from New York and Canada and UK and whatever, all going to this police summit. But what was interesting was that ONPASSIVE has been asked to host this and sponsor the event, which is phenomenal. I've always said before, to have a relationship with Dubai Police is something special. Not very many, well, certainly no other companies that I know of have got the relationship that we seem to have with this Supercar Majlis and what's been going on with that. So there has to be a very, very strong connection to very high up in order to get that. So this is, something that is really intriguing me and is very important because they asked the question, why would you choose us? There's lots of other companies that offer similar opportunities, and they said, well, actually, we've kind of checked you out, and we get where you're going, and we want to be part of that. And Ash was explaining that at the end of the day, we're going to dominate the market. And I think that's part of the vision that these guys have seen. If you take or go back to OConnect for a minute, we've got all of these data analysts, and we've said this for weeks about, various data scientists going, well, this is going to go viral. And you kind of look at the product that we've got and you think, okay, it's very good. It's very good. And in comparison to everything else on the market, it's exceptional. And now they've redone the whole thing and added all these other features, and there's more features coming. You go, now I get it. Now I see why this is going to go viral very quickly. And just value for money alone beats everybody else hands down as it stands. So once you've got all of these additional features as well, it's a no-brainer. I shall leave Jeffrey to say something as well.
Yeah, sure. Jeffrey, Because even me, Andy, I was about to bring that to the police thing on ONPASSIVE, but then you brought it up, so I was happy. So I'm excited to know what Jeffrey would like to contribute to that.
Well, I'm going to back up and I'm going to go back to blockchain for a second. One of the things that got me was Ash opened up and said, "Oh, there's been some advances in blockchain that are interesting to us, and we'd like to share it, but nah, we're just going to wet your whistle a little bit and tease you." Well, there's a couple of things that are actually new to blockchain that I think ONPASSIVE would be interested in. So I'm going to venture a guess. The first thing that we've talked about a lot is decentralized finance. That is new, right? That's a blockchain-driven financial ecosystem that operates independently of intermediaries like conventional banks and stuff. It's called DeFi, and it's I mean, it's happening this year. It's really starting to trend out. It's really becoming something big. And DeFi, or decentralized finance with blockchain, involves holding money in a secure digital wallet through smart contracts that you were talking about, Collins, rather than paying a specific charge or a fee using bank services and things like that. I think that's going to be extremely interesting for ONPASSIVE, considering that we've always been interested in blockchain. It's very versatile, can be used for a lot of different things. We've got wallets and finances and every bit of this, and I think if we don't get, I can't imagine not using this. Now, the second thing that we've also, well, I haven't talked about this specifically, but there's something within cloud services, right? There's four main ones we've talked about. You've got infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, which we know, and we got serverless computing, right? Now, we all know about SaaS, and I've talked about the other ones, but SaaS is our bread and butter, our digital bread and butter, so to speak. I explained some of the other ones, but what I've never talked about, and this is new, blockchain as a service, right? Blockchain as a service is a leading blockchain technology trend of 2024, and it acts as a cloud service where users can create digital products using blockchain fundamentals. And I think that that's absolutely incredible too. Ash said that the company was eager to share this information with us. Now, I don't know if those are the two he's talking about, but I believe those are the predominant two major blockchain developments here in the last several months at least. Anyway, so he said he's going to be explaining it to us and told us, I think it was Mr. Kumar, the CTO, said he may show up on 360 next week or the following week and explain all this out. So that really has me intrigued, because that fits in. I mean, that's dead center of where we eat and sleep. So that's all.
Yeah, guys, I don't know, for those who are joining today, I don't know how much, this is reason why we should share this or encourage people to listen to this. How much, I had a very tiny bit idea of what blockchain was, and all I knew was that something having to do with finances, with money, currency, online and stuff. But then the data part of it, blockchain as a service and stuff, is so much information I've just learned today, and I'm excited to get more to add to my bag of knowledge. And I think it's quite good. I appreciate you all for doing this. So Collins, if you can, please let's take a last round, except that you still have new stuff, but I think we take a last round now and adjourn for the next day, please.
Yeah, so I think like what Jeffrey said, even I wanted to add a little bit. You are in control when it comes to the blockchain. You are in control. You know, the signature, the person who authenticates is in control. It's just 1-to-1 V. So you have control of it end to end. So that's why they said it's highly secured, because there is no way you can get. So the person who authorizes it, you know, the ledger, they always talk about ledger in blockchain and stuff like that, because it's highly data. So the person who authenticates it, or the signature of it, is the owner. So for instance, it's just like peer-to-peer things from Andy to Jeffrey Murlock to, so it is difficult for you to crack or hack into blockchain. You know, when they come about blockchain, the security, no, it's difficult to hack. It's difficult to have that fraudulent things that you can. So that's why most company are looking into that, because like Jeffrey said, more financial companies are going into blockchain. You know, everything that concerns data, because money is data, whether we like it or not, is data. And how do you make it more secure? Is to decentralize it, make it more secure, where the transaction goes between peer to peer. You know, the author of it, the person who signed it, controls it. You release it, the person who owns it controls it. And that's how it is. Once you build it, it is there. You can see it, but there is nothing you can do. You cannot manipulate it anymore. It is done and dusted. And that's the beauty about it. And that's where the world is going. The world is going, the world is trying to make everything, especially when it comes to data-driven thing, is secured. Remember, we're having everything on our book, Ledger. You know, we have like the spreadsheet where you can write things, you can put your name, this. They brought database. Database, people still go in and try to write dangerous query that can expose the information. It's all right. The more you think about something, the more the world start to think about, how do we make this data secure? How do we make sure anything that is highly sensitive, secure? They say, now we will go into blockchain, split it over multiple computers and multiple databases, replicate it and duplicate it, and see how you will do it to get all of this information. And that's what is called blockchain. So I will leave it, but I just want to tell
that's so much. I'm just interested. It's very interesting. Yeah. that's quite interesting. So you don't have a quick last word for our fellow brothers and sisters and new people joining this, because what we're discussing here now will be relevant in the next couple of decades to come. So a quick last word, if somebody stumbles on this, or people who are already in the journey. Collins, quick.
Yeah, so please, you know, we just happy, and we said ONPASSIVE is real. You know, when you talk about certification, it's massive, it's huge. Everything they are doing, they want to be right at the highest level. Cisco to certify you is a big deal. You know, CommShare to certify you, because it's an IT technology company in their own right, is a big deal. And many more certification. It's not only one company, it's like lot of companies that are good. Most of them are really the best, the leading company in their own right. They have the ability to certify because they have been there for a very long time to build that trust. And ONPASSIVE is coming up as a startup, need all of this so they can build the trust to at that highest level. So what we are saying, and then Andy talk about the Dubai police, it is massive, because we are talking about not only the Dubai police, we're talking about international conference of the police. They are coming from United Nations, they are coming from US, coming from UK, from all over the world to see what, to have, you know, to look at what they can do when it comes to policing, training and stuff. What would they see is ONPASSIVE. It was, I think I read it, it was like a lot of countries, 200 and something countries, policing coming. All of the police coming to discuss how they can better their life using technology or any other avenue to say, all right, when we come back to United Kingdom, how do we improve the police system? It's their forum. And what would they see? ONPASSIVE. When they are going back to their various country, what would they tell? Oh, I went to Dubai and the police in Dubai, they are using A, B, C, D. Powered by what? ONPASSIVE. Coming back with new technology. It is massive for ONPASSIVE because it exposes us more, ONPASSIVE more. It gives the ability of ONPASSIVE to build software, not for the government. And, you know, it creates that trust, that awareness and trust that this company, we met them in Dubai and the work that they are doing is fantastic. We need to partner with them for them to build something for us. That is massive, it's huge. And I'm just thankful and grateful, you know, to be part of ONPASSIVE and part of this journey, because it's something that will live for generations to come.
Indeed. Thank you. So Andy, please.
I want to step back just a little bit. With regard to the things that Jeffrey mentioned about the blockchain and financials, it's been said before. Ash has said that he wants to have everything under one roof. You know, we've got the data centers already. We've got the products under, you know, single sign-on, but it's also things like banking. And at some point, we may well even have our own cryptocurrency. Who knows? it's a possibility. But interestingly enough, this changes the system that they're trying to enforce on us right now, of this central bank digital currency. And by having our own system, we are, hello? When we have our own system, they're not able to control us. You know, if you just have central bank digital currency, they can switch you off. Can't do that if you've got an external system. And this excites me more than anything else, because we've got a company here that is already going places. You know, we've talked about the accreditation today. We've talked about the police system that they're joining. We've had GITEX. We've had, you know, this League of Arab Nations in Cairo, and many other of these events that have gone on that are pushing ONPASSIVE onto the stage. And what's coming, we have very little knowledge of, but what I understand is that this is going to hit the market in a very, very big way. And, you know, you need to be on board and follow the curve and ride the wave, as it were, because if you're not, you're just going to get left on the beach. And that would be a shame, because this is something that I've never, ever come across before. And probably will never come across again. And now I totally understand why there are so many others trying to stop us, because they know what's coming as well. But excitement from what's going on is just phenomenal. So, you know, can't wait. Back to you, Comfort.
Sure. Thank you, Andy. The excitement is real. It is indeed. So over to you, Jeffrey.
Oh boy, you open a can of worms there, Andy. I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna pull that line out.
I know. Go for it.
You know what? It won't be long before AI becomes a noticeably undeniable disruptive force in manufacturing, the manufacturing sector. Right now we're even flirting with between the boundaries of Industry 4.0, which is the fourth industrial digital revolution, right, and Industry 5.0. ONPASSIVE is already there, and I'll explain what I mean. But we've all heard our CEO, Mr. Mufareh, talk time and time again about what our innovation labs are doing, what's coming out of them, the new products, physical products. He's talked about manufacturing facilities that are already producing products. And when we get into a subject of AI in manufacturing, we're talking about going into what we call now the Industry 5.0, which nobody's really even talking about because it's so new. Now these revolutions, industrial revolutions, 1, 2, 3, 4, going into 5, right? They've come with some dramatic changes, and one of them that we can see right now is going on in Japan. It's actually been going on in Japan for, I think it started in like 2016, and it's called or known as Society 5.0, and it goes right along with Industry 5.0. Now, Society 5.0 wants to put the general welfare of members of society, and it strives toward building a super intelligent society technological ecosystem, right? Sound familiar? It takes Society 5.0 takes Industry 4.0 and places the human being right dead in the middle, right at its center, the epicenter of everything going on. So the vision for the fifth industrial revolution, which is Industry 5.0, is mass personalization and customization. And these are the things that we're talking about in ONPASSIVE right now. These are the things they're doing already. And that makes possible cooperation between man and machine as human and artificial intelligence start working together in in harmony. And that's our AI with heart, and that's where it's all going. So you talk about where is ONPASSIVE going? Why do you want? This is the future. We're already here, and we're leading the way. And I'm telling you, it's only going to get better. I like what Pastor Tony said last night. It says it gets greater later. That's what it gets greater later. So that's my last thing. Just get in, get involved, take a look at what's going on, because we're setting the course for the future, and we are riding that wave, and we're on the way. Get in, get in.
Get in, guys. Get in. Get in. Thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey, Andy, and Collins. Thank you, everyone, for all the wonderful contributions. And we also appreciate, we go through the comments both live and later on. We see there's a lot of encouraging messages to us, a lot of sweet things that you say to us and about us. We really do appreciate. And that's the reason we come back, because we think that we are doing this together, and maybe we hope that it's going a long way to help someone. So let's keep doing it. And if you are yet to subscribe, why not go ahead and do it? We like doing this every day, and we'll keep doing it. We don't know till when, because that's how far ONPASSIVE is going. We are walking the journey together. Thank you, guys, and see you again for another great day tomorrow. Thank you. Thanks. Bye.